Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to try something new. I wanted to start a series about backseat adventures, meaning point-and-click adventures that didn't get the spotlight and were overshadowed by the likes from Sierra and LucasArts. This doesn't mean that these games are great, neither does it mean that they are extremely obscure, it's just that those are games that are not talked as much about. So without further ado, let's get to our first three games.
Hey Butthead, what is this? Just wait, something cool's gonna happen.
Now I'm unapologetically a huge fan of Beavis and Butthead. Not so much of the TV series necessarily, but much more about the movies, and I think especially the new ones are criminally underappreciated. So when I tell you that I love MTV's Beavis and Butthead in Virtual Stupidity, consider that if you're not a fan of the show, you will probably not appreciate this game as much as I do. That's not because it's not a great game, because it is, but because there's just a whole lot of Beavis and Butthead in this game, and well, if you don't like these guys, you're not going to have a good time with them.
Check it out, Butthead. This is my wood. No way. That's like twice as much big as it is, or something. Let me show you.
The characters, humor and locations have been beautifully translated into this game. You get tons of snarky comments from the two douchebags, quite a few funny cutscenes and so many animations. It's really astonishing how much production value went into this game. I also especially like that you can sit down on your couch to get these movie clips from the TV show and the music videos. That's just such a nice touch and a good use of the CD-ROM media.
What? What the hell was that? What the hell is this? I think this is Primus.
I was sitting in front of my computer with a big grin the whole time. And amazingly enough, there's an actually really good adventure game hidden beneath all that fart jokes. You don't have any dead ends or cheap death, and surprisingly the game is also very light on moon logic. Generally I would say it's even on the easier side, and I was able to play through the whole thing without having to look at a walkthrough once. If I have one nitpick, or let's make this two, it's the progression. Sometimes when you talk to a character and that unlocks a completely different character on a different screen that is completely unrelated, so you have to walk around the locations and discover that something has changed. But as there aren't many locations anyway, that is not a biggie. And on the other side there was this one thing that got me really riled up. There's this fountain where you can drink from and have this funny animation, and you think, well, that's about it. But if you look at the fountain, Beavis will tell you that there's a gum stuck to it, and then there is a new hotspot that you can't see in the game that's somewhere around the fountain that you have to click to get that gum. And that took me like forever and was really annoying for me. Other than that, I can just wholeheartedly recommend this game for anyone who can at least tolerate the two dimwits. It's a really fun experience that makes you feel a lot younger when you play it. Or older, it depends. It's rare that licensed games, especially in the comedic genre, are really true to their source material, and the writing in this one is excellent. And a small tip, if you're playing it in ScumVM, you can open the save game menu by pressing Ctrl F5 instead of F5. That took me a while when I thought there was only one save slot. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention that there are also mini-games. It's a bit weird, there are multiple of them, but you only need to complete the first one to proceed the story. The other ones are completely optional, but they're a nice little funny diversion.
Let's go! Found on them steady!
Sherlock Holmes in the Case of the Rose Tattoo is a very different game. An extremely slow-paced detective adventure game with digitized actors playing in front of pre-rendered backgrounds. The game features a very long and intriguing storyline with quite a few plot twists and well-written characters and dialogue all around. Most of the puzzles make sense and aren't too difficult, but there is one exception. It's the lab table where you have to analyze stuff. First I thought this works the same way like in Freddy Farkas, so it's a copy protection and you have to look it up in the manual, but I own the manual and there was not much in there, so you really have to figure it out yourself, and it's mostly a lot of trial and error, or maybe if you're a chemist then you can figure it out faster, I don't know. The background graphics are very detailed and often nicely animated, and if you know me, I'm a sucker for digitized characters in games, so I also love the look of Police Quest 4 for example, or The Riddle of Master Lu. And I know that's not many people's cup of tea nowadays, but that's just me. It gives me this feeling of watching a theater play or something, I don't know. My main gripe with the game would be the walking animation. It's so slow, it really takes forever to get anywhere. And with getting older, I'm more and more allergic to time waste in games. But if you're not in a hurry, you have a very nice adventure game here. I especially liked how they depicted old London as a location with a lot of character. The game really takes you back to those times. So maybe if your everyday life is very stressful and you're looking for something to forcefully slow you down, this is a great experience. And I don't think you will regret uncovering the mystery.
It's Wayne's World, party time, excellent! Alright! Excellent! Alright!
We're not mental or anything, so don't be afraid. My name is Wayne, and this is Garth.
Now what do we have here? Another cheesy 90s licensed comedy adventure. Could you have guessed, I loved the Wayne's World movies as well. So I was quite excited when I found out that there was a point-and-click adventure game for DOS that I had never heard about before. I knew that the video game platformers were infamous for the crappy quality, but well, maybe the DOS game fared a little better. And spoiler alert, it did, but not by much. And unfortunately it fails in the most important category, the humor and writing. It's just not as witty as the original movies, not even close. I think the story and premise of the game is fine. You're organizing a pizzathon and you have to find people to help, you need advertisement and of course a place where you can bake and serve the pizza. But boy oh boy do some puzzles not make any sense, and the confusing map with its many locations that are unlocked right from the start doesn't help either. I really want to love the game because I think the graphics are quite charming. There's some nice ideas for the locations and it really feels like you are on a Wayne's World adventure, at least visually. But then you get one of the most frustrating mazes in adventure games ever, and to make things even worse, they decided to put a time limit in the game. Yes, if you're not fast enough, you will get in game over. Oh, and the whole game only has one background song that gets annoying very fast. So if you really want to play the game, use a walkthrough, it makes the game just so much more bearable, and you might actually have a half decent time with it. Party time, this ain't. So this has been the first episode of Backseat Adventures. I hope you had fun even though the episode closed with a bit of a downer. But trust me, I have a list with some very interesting adventure games for future episodes. So if you liked the video, maybe give it a like or subscribe to the channel and check out the channel for other retro gaming videos. And with that, see ya!